Heyo, it's OmniDog. Thanks for tuning in to OmniDog's Vault with a episode of Collected Editions, essential collected editions for July 2020. I'm a little bit late, but I think I've got it all figured out now, so I won't be late anymore. I'm taping this, that shows you how old I am. I am recording this the night of July 1st, so I realize that some of you may have already put in your orders. Some of you may not have. So we can proceed. We will start with the Wednesday, July 1st. Now this is subjective, what I think are the essential collected editions. There will be no manga necessarily on this. There will be some independents, I believe. Some of them I think are very worthwhile. And I'm only as good as my sources. Right now, it's very difficult to find several sources that all agree. I'm doing my best to find what books I can say for sure are coming out on a certain date, and even then I may have to hedge it. As a matter of fact, I know that Preacher Omnibus #1, which was due in June, has been pushed to the last week of this month, July. So, and I just realized that, and I don't have a picture of it. So I'm telling you right now that Preacher Omnibus is going to be released July 28th, which is a Tuesday. So it's actually going to be July 29th when you'll be able to get it in stores. That's been pushed back from June. So with all those caveats aside, let's get going on what is going to be available in July. Share screen. There we go. Okay, and this is available right now. I loved this book, Garth Ennis, A Walk Through Hell. It's a deluxe edition, and I got it in 2 trades. I'm not going to upgrade, but if you haven't read this, you really need to. It's great. Great science fiction horror, very twisted, and I just can't say enough about it. It was #2 on my list, I believe, of best books of 2019. So I've gone on about it before, but A Walk Through Hell, definitely worth your dollars, or zlotnies, or renminbis, or however you pay for it. It's worth it. And this is the Fourth World Absolute #1. It has been called one of the most beautifully styled and put together absolutes ever, I have heard. I am not a huge fan of the Fourth World, having grown up with it, but I know there's thousands of fans of it, and I think that if you want a beautiful Fourth World book, this is something you should consider. The Absolute Fourth World Volume 1 by Jack Kirby. No question, he's a genius. It just wasn't my cup of tea when I was a kid, and it's not my cup of tea now. But those of you out there, this looks to be your book that you want. Isola, #2. I loved Volume 1. This is from Image. It's really cool. I dug it, and I think you should be checking it out if you haven't already. Berserk, Volume 5. This is the only manga. I'm doing it because everybody loves Berserk, apparently. And here's the deluxe edition, Volume 5. So there you go. Berserk. Go Berserk. Nightwing Year 1. This is the introduction of Nightwing. This is a book I haven't read, so I'm pretty excited about it. This is where he loses the mantle of Robin and has to figure out who he is. That costume is extremely disco-y, so I imagine it was done during the days of late disco. I don't know. But I'm excited about this book because I haven't read it. So this is all stuff available July 1st. I'm going to release this video tomorrow, so this is stuff that's all already available. Postal Deliverance, Book 2. I love Postal, and I think you should too. So if you've read the first Postal, you should get this. If you haven't read the first Postal, you need to get it. What If? Complete Collection Volume 4. These are a blast and lots of fun, especially if you grew up with all kinds of serious Marvel comics. These are a fun look at what if certain things happened a different way. Aliens versus Predator. Lots of people are interested in this book. This is the 30th or 35th anniversary. What does it say there? I can't see what it says there. I think it's the 35th anniversary of Aliens versus Predator in a really neat package. So be sure to check this one out. And then the end of the week of what's available July 1st is Dawn of X trade paperback 6. I've been collecting these, and I should get started on them pretty soon because they're coming out fast and furious. July 8th, Tales from Harrow County. I'm pretty excited about this. This is a paperback, but it's more Cullen Bunn greatness, and I'm really looking forward to this. Tales from Harrow County, #1, a trade paperback. This is the week of releases for July 8th, 2020. Star Wars, what is that? Age of Resistance? All right, wait a second. I can't read that. So let me pop this open. It's not letting me do it. Let's see if I can blow it up. Age of I was really excited for this book, and I can't read it. It's either Age of Resistance, because I think Age of Rebellion just came out. Shoot, I don't have it with me. I think Age of Rebellion just came out, so I think this is Age of Resistance. Anyway, you'd think I'd be better prepared for this, but I'm not. What the hell? Immortal Hulk, Volume 2, the hardcover, oversized hardcover. Great book. Really, even if you're not a Hulk fan, this is a new kind of Hulk by Al Ewing, and boy, is it good. It's been too long since I finished Volume 1, so I'm really looking forward to this. Savage Sword of Conan with 2 covers. This looks to be the direct market cover. The original Marvel years. This is volume. Well, Jess, you're going to have to be doing a little bit better job here. Wait, I have it up on my shelf. Conan the Savage Sword. So this will be volume 3. Volume 3. Okay. This is the Miles Morales reprint of The Ultimate Spider-Man, because the first copies all fell apart. The binding was so terrible. So this isn't the new one. I think that one's already come out. Here is the #1 omnibus I've been waiting for all year. I'm still not convinced it's coming out. It's from DC. It's listed everywhere as coming out the week of next week, July 8th. I still don't believe it. Wrath of the Spectre. This has a lot of fun stories, a lot of dark stories, but everything illustrated in this is by a top-notch artist. If I'm right, I believe the first issue was Murphy Anderson from Showcase. I think it's Murphy Anderson. Then I think Neil Adams takes it over and does actually, Murphy Anderson might do the Showcase issues, and then Neil Adams might do Spectre 1 through 10. Then you get Jim Aparo art. It's full of great art and really good stories. I'd never thought they'd collect the Spectre like this. This takes it from the 60s through the 70s with Michael Fleischer writing it, where he got really dark. This is a cool book, and I can't wait for it. I promise everyone, if it comes in, if it actually gets published, I'm opening it that day that it gets delivered to my house, and I'm starting reading it. Everything else stops. Time stops. I'm reading this book. I love the Spectre so much. I love the artwork. I love the writing. It's the best of the Silver and Bronze Age right there in the page. Get excited. Even if you don't care about the Spectre, this book will make you care about the Spectre. And Philadelphia. This book has been hot. People have talked about it a lot. I don't know a thing about it, except it's supposed to be really good and really interesting. So keep this on your radar. Obviously, it's about vampires, and it's supposed to be really cool. And here's Dawn of X #7. It's got a weird name. It's basically Dawn of X #7, and it's listed in the solicits as Dawn of X Nation Building Volume 2. I have no idea what that means, but I checked my sources, and this is basically Dawn of X Volume 7. It's all the issue 7s, and the week prior was all the issue 6s. So this is a good big bonus that we're already getting issue 7s. So don't let the title, if it comes out under Nation Building Volume 2 or whatever, I have no idea. Don't worry, it's Dawn of X Volume 7. And that is the end of the July 8th releases, which brings us to a book a lot of people have been waiting for. July 15th, the week of July 15th, that is Uncanny X-Men #1, the one that started it all off again, getting Chris Claremont's writing that revived the X-Men. This is a great book to start with. If you don't know where to start with X-Men, this is a good place to start with X-Men. I highly recommend this book. Really, really a good book. Manifest Destiny, a personal favorite of mine, Volume 7, I think. I love Manifest Destiny. It involves Lewis and Clark exploring America, where they find all kinds of weird and supernatural flora and fauna. And I love this series. So keep your eye out for this one. If you haven't read it, this is one to consider. The Dreaming, #3, Volume 3 comes out. I've enjoyed The Dreaming so far, and I look forward to this one. Asterisk Omnibus. All our European viewers already know about how great Asterisk is. I got to know him and all the characters in this omnibus and the next omnibus. They're available in hardcovers, Volume 1 and 2, and also in softcover. Written in French, and these are new translations from paper cuts. Asterisk is some of the greatest stuff ever written. I love it. It's lumped in with Tintin because it's European comics. It's not like Tintin at all, except that it's great like Tintin is. Asterix, I am really looking forward to. I've always wanted to collect all the Asterix books, and here I get a chance to do it. So I'm really excited for these. That takes us to July 22nd, the week of. And this is Red Sonja, The Queen's Gambit. And the reason I did this is I love Red Sonja. So maybe you do too. If not, you should. The Eternals, I believe this is a thick trade. This is the alternate cover. It's coming out in 2 covers. This is the original plus extra. Original Jack Kirby, The Eternals, plus extra stuff is in this, and it comes out in 2 different covers. So if you like Jack Kirby and you like his Eternals, it's an omnibus that's way out of print, but not hard to find. But here it is in a new printing, which is great because it is from the mind of Jack Kirby. And House of Mystery, the Bronze Age Omnibus Volume 2. Under DC Vertigo. That's interesting. Huh. That actually throws me a little bit. I would have thought that they would have changed it to Black Label or just labeled it regular DC. Why is it Vertigo? It was published under DC. It has nothing to do with Vertigo. All right. Well, I'm talking to myself at this point. Sorry. This is something cool. These House of Mystery books. They're not scary, really, like the EC comics, but they're fun. They have a lot of great art in them, short little anthology style stories, and they are fun. So you should consider this. And then the last week of July, Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, Pulp. This is a new book set aside from the criminal universe, and not sure the size, but I am sure it's hardcover. It may be the size of My Heroes Have Always Been Junkies, or it may be bigger. I did not pick up on the size when I was doing this. I was more impressed with the fact that we get brand new Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. It's a Western, obviously, so I'm excited, and so should you be. You should be excited. Batman by Tom King, Volume 5. I believe this is the last bit of Tom King. I am a huge Tom King fan. Totally understand if you're not. He's divisive, or as some other people say, divisive. I get it. I happen to love it. You're totally entitled to not like it. Either way, this is the last bit. Deluxe hardcover. This may be the last deluxe hardcover DC does. I don't know. But this is a deluxe hardcover with the black spine that totally throws everything else off. But I'm really looking forward to this. So this should take us up to issue 86, which I believe was his last issue. I'm looking forward to this. And the last thing we're going to cover is a Marvel Omnibus, Adventures into Fear. That is Man-Thing on the cover. It's not the greatest picture, but Man-Thing and Morbius had lots of adventures and Adventures into Fear. And so I'm going to be interested when this comes out to see how much double dipping the Morbius, because Morbius had like a 25 issues in Adventures into Fear. And I'm wondering how many of those were in the Morbius Omni that just came out. So I'll be interested in how much double dipping there is. But this is going to be an interesting book. It's one of those Marvel horror books from the 70s and worth checking out. So thank you for watching. And there's what you can look forward to in the month of July. And it feels like things are coming back to normal. I wouldn't count on that. As I'm speaking, outbreaks are going crazy all over the place. So this may be one of the last normal months we have for a while. It's just my wild, uneducated opinion, but embrace this month, because it may or may not be the last normal month we have in comics and or living for a while. So embrace the month of July 2020, get your comics and enjoy them. And please give me a like or a subscribe, or please feel free to comment. I'm happy to do these for you. If there is something that I missed, some category I missed, maybe more independent comics, I try and find as much as I can that I think people will be interested in. But if you feel there's a category, don't say anything about manga. Don't even start. But if there's a category or a genre you feel I haven't covered, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to highlight it for you. So until August, peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you for tuning in. Mucho apreciado.